The man who controls his emotions controls his life. A life without emotional control is like a ship without a rudder, tossed about by the winds of circumstance, driven by impulses and desires, ultimately landing in the shores of regret. How many lives have been derailed by uncontrolled emotions? How many relationships have been wrecked by the wreckage of a temper or a tongue left unchecked? The answer, my friend, is countless. But the good news is that your emotions don't have to be your master. You can be. I want to share with you 7 timeless principles inspired by the profound wisdom of Napoleon Hill that will empower you to do just that. These aren't mere words, they're battle-tested strategies from the field of human experience. Each one carries within it the potential to transform you from a person who reacts on impulse to someone who responds with intention, from a slave of emotions to their enlightened master. So let's dive in. No. 1. Your emotions should work for you, not rule you. Imagine for a moment a grand ship sailing through the stormy seas of life. At the helm is a captain, but instead of guiding the ship, he's being guided by the very winds and waves. That's what it means when our emotions rule us. We all have experienced moments when anger, fear, or doubt takes the wheel of our lives. Perhaps a careless comment sends us into a rage, or a sudden setback reduces us to tears. These are moments when our emotions, rather than serving us, become our masters. They dictate our actions, clouding our judgment and leading us to decisions we later come to regret. Mastery comes not from the absence of emotions, but from the ability to choose when, where, and how they are expressed. It's the difference between being driven by the winds of change and charting your course. No. 2. Emotions are tools. Signals, not commands. Our emotions are like a team of strong horses. Channeled properly, they can pull the cart of our progress in life with incredible speed and efficiency. But if they're not managed, they can thrash about, becoming a wild, uncontrollable force. Anger, when channeled, can fuel progress. Fear, when acknowledged, can prompt preparation. Doubt, when confronted, can inspire learning. Each emotion holds a unique power, and the key to harnessing this power lies in understanding, not suppressing them. The idea isn't to remove the horses from the cart, but to put them under your control, to train them to pull in the direction you want. And remember, even the most powerful teams need guidance. Just as a skilled coach guides a sports team, you must guide your emotions. Stay focused on your goals, remain aware of your feelings, and use them to refine your path forward. No. 3. Respond, not react in the intricate dance of life. There are 2 steps, reaction and response. To react is to respond impulsively, to move in a flurry of chaotic energy, often driven by our lower self. It's the fiery outburst, the hasty decision, the bitter retort. Reactions lack intention, often leaving us with a trail of regrets. Now consider the other step, the response. Here you stand tall, not swayed by the winds of impulse, but rooted in the soil of your principles. This is where stillness meets intention. It's the pause before you speak, the breath before you leap, the calm amidst the storm. Nailing this shift isn't about being unfeeling, it's about being intentional. It's about ensuring that your actions are guided by the best parts of you, not just the immediate circumstances. Cultivate this by anchoring moments of stillness into your daily life, whether it's through deep breaths, thoughtful pauses, or mental counts before you react. It's about creating space for the best parts of you to rise and respond, rather than react. Number 4, build emotional discipline. Emotional control isn't a talent, it's a trained habit. Much like a musician practices scales, you must practice bringing your emotions under control. This isn't a skill that appears overnight, it's the result of consistent effort. Begin by designing daily rituals that align your actions with your deepest values. Morning reflections, mindfulness exercises, and evening journals can serve as powerful anchors. It's in these quiet moments that you define the principles that guide your reactions. During the day, rely on the discipline you've cultivated, not on fleeting motivation. When faced with emotional triggers, remind yourself of your values and the type of person you aspire to be. Over time, This practice transforms your responses, turning them into expressions of your truest self. Remember, it's not the strongest of the species that survives, but the most adaptable. And adaptability, my friend, begins with emotional discipline. Number 5, the power of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy bag wherever you go. It doesn't seem like much at first, but over time it becomes unbearable. Let me tell you a story. There were 2 monks who lived on a mountain. One day they had to cross a river. As they stepped into the water, one of them saw a beautiful woman on the other side struggling to carry her heavy load. He immediately forgot his vows and dashed across to help her. Reaching the other side, he helped her unload the heavy rocks and sent her on her way. The second monk, however, remained stoic. He didn't even acknowledge the woman. After helping her, the first monk continued his journey, burdened now by the weight of his actions. On reaching the other side, he found the second monk waiting for him. "Brother," he asked, "why didn't you help her?" The second monk calmly replied, "I left her behind. Why did you break your vows?" The first monk responded, "I realized she was only a figment of my imagination, a manifestation of my unresolved anger towards a woman from my past. By helping her, I freed myself from that burden. You see, grudges, like the second monk, can weigh us down, clouding our judgment and hardening our hearts. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like the first monk. It's not about condoning or excusing others. It's about liberating ourselves from the chains of resentment. It's about acknowledging the hurt, yet choosing to move forward without the baggage. It's not easy, but the freedom on the other side of that choice is worth every effort. Number 6, calmness is an edge in today's world. A calm demeanor can be your greatest asset. It's an edge that sets you apart in a sea of reactions. When everyone around you is consumed by busyness, caught in a frenzy of activity, it's your calmness that invites attention. When you respond to emails with thoughtful consideration instead of frantic replies, when you handle challenges with level-headedness instead of knee-jerk reactions, you become a beacon of stability. People instinctively gravitate towards calmness because it represents safety and clarity. It fosters trust, it allows for thoughtful dialogue. It invites mutual respect. Outbursts, tantrums, and reactive decisions may momentarily grab attention, but they quickly erode credibility. Calmness, however, invites people in. It creates spaces for meaningful conversations and lasting connections. Amidst the chaos, it's the anchor that holds, the light that guides. And in the journey of life, having an edge is everything. Number 7, self-leadership. Leadership, they say, begins at the top. Well, that's true for nations, corporations, and most certainly our lives. If you can't lead yourself, how can you expect to lead others? It starts with mastering your emotions, with owning your reactions, with charting your course through the storms of life without losing your bearings. Many falter at this point, swayed by external pressures, tempted by immediate gratification, or crippled by fears of failure. True leadership, however, demands unwavering resolve. It's about looking within, facing your demons, and returning stronger, wiser, and more determined. My friend, it's not the absence of problems that defines leadership. It's how you handle them. It's not the pursuit of popularity, but the courage to do what's right, even when no one is watching. When you can confidently say, "This is my decision and I stand by it," then you truly begin to embody self-leadership. Principles, not moods, should govern your actions. You are not required to react to every comment or action. Not every wound needs a response. Not every disturbance demands an answer. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Final word. Mastering your emotions isn't a destination, it's a lifelong journey. Every great skill, every admirable quality was honed over years of dedicated practice, and emotional mastery is no different. It's a discipline that strengthens with each passing day, a testament to your resilience and determination. The good news is that with each practice, you become more adept at navigating the complexities of your inner world. The more you choose calm over chaos, response over reaction, and purpose over impulse, the more you'll find yourself becoming the master of your emotions rather than their slave. It's a continuous process of refinement, of turning the raw materials of your emotions into the gold of self-mastery. Remember, you are the sculptor and your emotions, the clay. So keep sculpting, keep refining, and in time you'll create a masterpiece.